Picture it, Strasbourg, France. The year 1518. Life is quiet but challenging in this medieval town. People go about their daily routines, worrying about food, survival, and the occasional plague, of course. And then, one day, a woman named Frau Trophea steps into the town square and she starts dancing. At first it seems harmless. People stare, people are curious, some laugh. But as the hours pass, they get a little concerned. Frau Trophea doesn't stop. There is no music playing, no one cheering her on. She just dances. She dances through the day, then through the night, and into the next morning. For nearly a week, she moves tirelessly. Her body is visibly getting weaker, but she doesn't stop. She is finally taken away, but by then, it is already too late. See, whatever had affected Frau Trophea started to spread. At first, it was just a handful of people, but within days, dozens of townsfolk were dancing, and by the end of the month, hundreds. People dancing uncontrollably, unable to stop. Their feet are blistered, their bodies exhausted, but they keep going. Now, back in the 1500s, medical knowledge was limited, to say the least. The physicians at that time believed the dancers were suffering from hot blood, an imbalance of bodily fluids that caused the uncontrollable need to rule. Their solution? Let them dance it out. So, they built a stage, hired musicians, and even brought in professional dancers. They hoped to exhaust the plague from the afflicted, but it didn't work. Instead of curing the dancers, the music seems to fuel them. Instead of stopping, they moved faster, still dancing long after the hired performers collapsed. Their feet became bloodied and their bodies broke down. Many danced until they fainted. Some even danced to their deaths from strokes or heart attacks. So how did the dancing plague end? Obviously, there aren't Frenchmen dancing uncontrollably in this day and age. That would make the news. So what happened? Well, the dancing plague didn't end with some miraculous cure or grand revelation. No, it just stopped. Slowly but surely, the dancers either collapsed from exhaustion or died. Those who survived eventually recovered, but they were left shaking, confused, and physically broken. Gradually, the dancing faded. The city moved on, but the mystery remained. It's been centuries, but we still don't know what caused the dancing plague of 1518. Back then, it was believed to be some sort of divine punishment or demonic possession. Some thought the dancers were part of an evil cult. Modern historians, however, and scientists have offered new theories, such as ergot poisoning. You see, ergot is a mold found on rye bread, which can cause hallucinations, convulsions, and erratic behavior. But could that really make hundreds of people dance for weeks? Another theory, which is the most widely accepted, is mass hysteria. So basically, the theory is that the dancing plague was triggered by a perfect storm of stress, anxiety, and social contagion. Imagine being in a city like Strasbourg where people were already on edge due to famine, disease, and social unrest. It was a really tough time. In that kind of environment, it's possible that one person's behavior, in this case dancing, could trigger a chain reaction of similar behavior in others. And because people lived in close-knit communities with strong social bonds, the behavior spread quickly. It's a bit like how a rumor can spread like wildfire in a small town, except in this case it was a physical behavior, dancing, that was being passed from one person to another. And unfortunately, it had some pretty devastating consequences. Interestingly, this wasn't the only time something like this happened. Similar outbreaks were reported in other parts of France, Germany, and Switzerland during the Middle Ages. In fact, in December 2024, something similar surfaced in Uganda's Bundibugyo district. It was reported that a mysterious illness known as dinga dinga, meaning shaking like dancing, had affected around 300 people, predominantly women and girls. But while the symptoms of dinga dinga does involve uncontrollable shaking, there isn't sufficient evidence to suggest that it compels individuals to dance involuntarily, as was reported during the dancing plague of 1518. Regardless of its cause, the dancing plague has had a lasting impact on history, art, literature, and pop culture. It's inspired paintings, novels, and even dance performances. It's an event that has captivated people's imagination for centuries, reminding us just how fragile and mysterious the human mind and body can be. So what do you think caused the dancing plague? Was it moldy bread, collective stress, or something more supernatural? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you like weird, fascinating stories like this one, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.